Hello there, folks. Well, this is the last of the donated sets. Remember we did with the Maxcom 7E, which was a customer repair, so we'll go back to those donated sets. There's a base station microphone which we'll look at, which is a Sertel base mic. So I do want to look at that. This is a Radiomobile 202, so used to the Cybernet 134 chassis. These were horrendously expensive. They were either $119.99 or $129.99. So, we're expecting a Cybernet 134. Let's just hope that it hasn't had some kind of kiss of death when we open it up. It also comes with the factory original Radiomobile mic, which does correctly have the square hanger on it. I've not seen those mics on any other product. Must have been... I mean, Cybernet must have enabled customers to pick and choose things from their kind of catalogue of cases and mics and whatever. Right, so we'll make some notes about this. I'm starting this off at 8 in the morning because I've got church services this morning, I've got church services this afternoon. It's Thursday and I'm not going to be available till 4 PM, and I might be knackered by then. 8620. I'd like to be able to do this today so we can do an on-the-air test this evening. So what's the date? Yeah, I think it's the 6th. Good. So having done a Cybernet Beta 3000, the difference is that you don't get the clear norm pointless speech processor switch, which is just a capacitor. That's the only difference you get. So we've got volume, squelch, tone and RF. Again, I'm looking to my right where that Cybernet is, which we will be selling. We'll probably put both of these up at the same time. That worked out a nice set. We had CBPA, yes. We've got, what have we got on here? Dimmer, yes. And what's the third one? Channel 9. Yeah, so you just don't get the clear norm. Right. I'll open it up because you just never know what shenanigans are being going on. I think I'd be right in saying this was the most expensive normal mobile set around. I mean, later on we got some of those UK sets like the I can't even think, Magpie Autoscan EMS Mercury, which did come in at more money. And I have to be frank, and beautiful build quality on those, but they kind of disappoint in other areas. Right, you need to put that on one side. That's the Maxcom power lead. Now we've got a connector stub on here, haven't we? Yes, we have. No, that's a square power lead for LCL communicators, etc. We've got an LCL communicator coming in Saturday. I think the gentleman's bought 4. I think he says we can keep the worst for spares. So of course we'll make sure we sort out his repair first. I don't know why I can't find my connector for this. I'm going to end up getting a new one out of stock, aren't they? That's one thing, when we sell new power leads, at least I've tested it, haven't I? Right, does it come on? Oh yes, it's push on, isn't it, for these? It came on for half a second, didn't it? Oh, it is on. No display? Or is the dimmer so dim? Ah, Channel 9 does that, does it? So instead of using... Oh, I'll tell you what, we'll do PA check first. So plug my extension speaker into PA, and I'll go and get our standard replacement Cybernet mic. Switch to PA. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2, testing 1 2, 1 2. So that works. So while we're at it, just see whether the factory original mic works. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. It does. It wants a bit of a clean up, but it works. Good, that's something we can tick off the list. Right, let's have a look. Can we see any dodgy capacitors? Can we see any shenanigans? I think we'll take the bottom lid off. Which is the top lid, of course. Oh yeah, what's that about? What's happened there? We've just had a broken track during a repair. Yes, I think we'll clean that up with isopropyl alcohol, so I'll put the lid on as a temporary basis. I'll just put one screw in that to stop it sliding about. Trust me to put it on the wrong way around. At least there's no meter lamps in these. Right, I'll swap that to the speaker. Squelch to minimum, RF gain to maximum, tone to 3/4. Picture in picture on, and we'll start on the low scale, so our full scale deflection on the meter is 3 watts, over 3 watts. Let's go to the 30 watt scale, which is the only other one. So 5 watts is there, though 4 watts is there, so it's 3.4. Channel 40, 3.1, channel 1, 3.4. Back to channel 20, current consumption 1.308. It's a lot for that power output. And low power, is it on the back on these? It is. Is 0. That's usually caused by the dirty track on that potentiometer. So we'll let that soak in. Sometimes you get a cracked track and need to replace it. We'll come back to that later on in the tune-up. So we're going to do the VCO. Let's turn the volume down, I don't want to hear it hissing. And we'll get the meter. So it needs done on channel 40 on these sets. We need our yellow croc clip, any colour of course. Doesn't matter how many of these we have, how many people kindly send me, we never have any. Right, there we go. Put that to the earth. Meter on. I've got to keep an eye on that time, haven't I? If I've got to be off at 9:30. So we want 4 volts. It's 4.28. I'll just give it a tiny bit. And on transmit it's supposed to be 4 volts. It's 3.15. I'm inclined not to alter that. It would be the trimmer there if we did, but let's go check channel 1. 2.18 is between the 1.8 and 2.35 they want it to be. And on transmit, well, it's 1.756. So I say it's between 1.8 and so that's absolutely fine. Nothing worse than channels not being there with an incorrectly set VCO. You find that in temperature extremes, radios don't work above channel 37 or don't work below channel 2 or something. You get that kind of scenario if the VCO isn't attended to from time to time. So, and the test points, as I've said time and time again on this channel, is the far side of resistor 4 there. So we go through the transmitter, we want the centre of the peak. That was spot on. But we know something isn't spot on because it's very lopsided and it isn't doing the 3.8 watts the manufacturer says it does. Of course, if we can get 4 watts out of it, all the better. Yeah, that was nicely out. We're now at 3.1 because it's dropping down anyway with the heat. Then we're going to use Matey's new trimming tool. Rather than the commercial one. I showed you these is 3D printed, and the idea is it's a bit long, and if it rounds off you can cut it down. So it's just a rod going in a handle, which is quite nifty. So is that cracked? No, we want that to full. That's miles out. That's our peak. We're now at 4 watts. So all these three need to go to peak on a temporary basis. That feels broken, so I'll just see whether I can move it. No. So we've got a problem, and that's, where's that? Is it missing? No, it's right at the bottom. God, I bet this knocks some interference out. That might have been the compromise to get it to transmit with the faulty one in the middle. I'll just move that kind of flush to the top. So we're going to have to unsolder this coil and replace it or replace the core. So there's always something, isn't there? So now we know why it was doing 3.4 watts on a set, quite capable of, well, the 3.8 watts the manufacturer promises, or the 4 watts we know it can do. Notice these days it says power output 4 watts max. Doesn't mean that that particular set will do 4 watts. You've got to read between the lines on some of this. Never put the soldering iron on, had I? Have we got a scrap AM set we can pinch one of those out of? They've already been had. First of all, I might be able to recover what's in there. Is it that one? Or is it that one? It's that one. So sometimes we can get a broken core out of the bottom. I'm just going to tap it to see if we can get some of the material, because what happens is when it's broken, it's jamming. But sometimes it'll move the opposite way and we can just turn it round. No. It's not broken all the way through. If I can just get that bit out, there's a bit in there, and I've managed to dislodge it. Might be able to tap it out. There we are. That's the broken bit now gone. So it may now be possible to get it out. So I'm not sure there's enough there to be able to put it back in. That's the next snag. I think Knights have still got them for £1.20. I'll pause the video and see if I can find that one on a scrapper. I've got a Scrap AM Realistic here. That looks to be the same. Chances are that was a GRE product. So that's what we've extracted. Just dropping the tool. So yeah, it was kind of full length, but there's only half of it at full length, so I think we'll put this replacement one in. I'll just put it in flush. There we are. Put the coil back. Quite clear. Right, power back on. I better go and look at the time when I've done this. Okay, so we're now at half a watt. Two and a half watts. So still at 2.5 watts. That could be in a false position. Yeah, it is now. So there we are at 4 watts. I'm going to let that cool down. Do the deviation. I'll just see where it was, if that means anything on this set, on this test set. Wow, it was a bit high. I'll just go to this test set behind. Wow, alright. It's 5 kilohertz, that's not going to help it, is it? So I want the AGC one to the central position, which it now is. Wow! It was actually at full, that. Absolutely bonkers. The only people that sounds louder to is people with Fidelity Thousands. .4 plus 3.9 is now 4 plus 3.9, wasn't it? Let's just do that. Just check it on this test set. Wow, it says 1.3 on this one, which is lying. So now we'll just do frequency. I think things are warmed up enough to do frequency. 2779088. We can find a trimmer under there somewhere. Right, I'll just have another go at this transmitter. So we need that to be clockwise. I'm just going to take the power supply up to 14 volts from 13.8 because I can't quite get 4.4 watts in order for me to set this. I'm going to have to get as near to 4.4 watts to balance it as possible. So we'll just see if we can adjust that. It'll be quick at this voltage. Balance, yeah, that's there. Balance, yeah, that's there. Balance, yeah, that's there. Set to 4.4 clockwise, done. I'll drop the power supply back to 13.8. That's that. That's 4. Let's see whether we're anywhere near on 1 and 40. 4.05 on channel 1 and 4.05 on channel 40. 4.05 on channel 1. Well, that's not how it should be. Can we drop that a fraction? Yes. 4 watts on channel 20. Huh. 3.8. Let's go back a bit. Start again. Channel 20, just over 4 watts, like 4.01. Channel 40, just over 4 watts at 4.01. Channel 1, 4.01. Doesn't want to do 4. If you get the 4, then the other channels become 3.8. So you can see, I mean, with that coil being, with the core being broken, it was going down considerably on channel 40. It was off tune. So the trick there, I couldn't get the 4.4 watts, was just to take the power supply up to 14 volts, 14.4 volts, maximum I want to go. And I was able to then achieve 4.5 watts, and so I've balanced it accordingly, then dropped the power back down to 13.8 volts, and I've just been able to balance it with the right hand one to get full 4 watt output. It's there for all to see. So there's today's little trick. I couldn't get it to tune up on to do 4 watts. I couldn't get it above like 3.8. The radio is supposed to be set to 3.8 anyway, but we know we're allowed 4 watts, so we're jolly well having it. Right, low power. Oh no, before I do that, make sure we're back on channel 20. Current consumption is now 1.35. So it has gone up a fraction, 1.350 amps. So for half a watt more, it's gone up 10 milliamps, hasn't it? Which is good. Low power, see if we can just do that. Have we got a broken preset? No. 400 milliwatts, there we go. Let's see what the power meter says on the front. For what it's worth. It's banging across. That's power meter setting. I'm going to have to set this on low power to 1 bar. Yeah, so it wants to be right down there. So we know that the... Can we even see that on camera? 4. Right, I better go and do some organ playing, and I'll be back after 4 o'clock. Okay, so I'm back. Next thing I think we'll do, did we do the transmit meter? I don't think we did. Oh yes, we did. Receive. Right, we'll plug the test gear in, because we were on the speaker on the wall. That'll need an earth, so I'll arrange that. Make sure RF gain's at full, squelch is at minimum, and let's have a look on the cyanide meter as to what the receive sensitivity is. So it's 0.4 microvolts for 12 dB. .33 for 10 dB. And 0.72 for 20 dB. Maximum squelch. Let's put the attenuator up. Exactly 100 microvolts. That's where we want it. The sensitivity. One microvolt. Let's look at the meter on the front. So S9 showing us the fourth. Yeah, I think that's a bit generous. Right, let's see if we get anything more out of this receiver. Although that's still better than the manual would say is acceptable. So we'll start by doing the detector. So if we look at the oscilloscope, we'll look a tiny bit there. Let's see whether we can improve the IF. I want to look at the meter as well as the... I've got to turn the sensitivity of the meter up. That's squelch, isn't it? That's meter. So I'm looking at the... I'll go over to cyanide meter. I'm looking at the cyanide meter primarily, but I also want to see, because you can get false lock points, I want to see the meter on the front, and I want to see the oscilloscope as well. So at the moment I'm at about 20 dB. Yeah, that one's out. That one's out too. Go down a range on my attenuator. Drop it and do the front end. Wow, that was out, wasn't it? Changes scales again. Right. I reckon we're there. Let's see if I think we're going to have an improvement. Yeah. For 12 dB, we've now got 0.2 microvolts. I'll do 20 next because we're going to be between scales. For 20 dB, we've got 0.36. I'm between scales again for 10. Yeah, it's 0.2 again. Could be like 0.195. So another really hot receiver, and it's sad, isn't it, that somebody's not had it at its best. Quickly check my 10 transmit power. Oh, it's like that, is it, on these? Yes, that's fine. Right, we better reset this meter because it's now stupidly sensitive. Because of me adjusting that. So I want it to just not be plus 30. Slightest increase plus 30. There we go. Now that may have messed up the squelch. So put the squelch to full. The background music sounds louder than usual. Yeah, it's now coming in at 10 microvolts. So we'll get that adjusted. That's now 100 microvolts where I want it to be. And our minimum squelch sensitivity now . 0.46. Channel 9. Oh, I'll get that speaker unplugged again. Channel 9 is channel 9. We've done PA. Little tiny bit of a crackle on that one, on volume, but I mean it's only just, it probably clear with use anyway, but let's give it a quick spray. gone. Dimmer, yeah, that works. I did just feel when I set the transmitter, it could have been a dry joint. I just want to tidy that up. Go with some isopropyl alcohol. I'm going to have my tea because that can then be drying. I've been looking at a bottom of the range valve record player. I've done a part 1 to a Ferguson 3014 with a Balfour Princess turntable in it. Something I bought off eBay. A friend of mine, Simon, who's been helping me today, he brought one round which he found in somebody's back garden, been there for years. So we had an initial part 1 video I've done. Not got it working. I thought we'll start with the amplifier. It's changed a few capacitors in it, but it's not yet working. Could only put so many minutes into it. But I'll publish that as a part 1. I know we don't normally do that kind of thing, but it's really for Simon's benefit. No, I don't think so. It's just I mean, that could have been before I did that coil. It's certainly pretty stable. Let's see about this link. It's just that wire's really too thick. Right, let's sort that and we'll get that cleaned. Right, it's just a matter of putting this together now. I put the knobs through the dishwasher and I put the microphone housing through the dishwasher. So I'll put that microphone back together. So really it's been a retune plus having to sort that coil out. Better put the PTT bar back, hadn't I? So I think Mr. Chippy's poised to run on the air test on this. It's 7:15 in the evening. I think we've got a Sertel bass mic to look at tomorrow. We've also got an LCL Economy or an LCL Enterprise. Those really dead basic sets that I actually like. And I also like these. Right, so I've done the IPA on here, replaced that wire as you saw with the thinner one. I just popped a bit of for hot glue on there to stabilise that wire, because with the track being missing there, I don't want it to waggle about in extreme vibration. So hopefully we can put this the right way round. No, that's better. Is that the right way around? No, it's the wrong way around. I've got the paperwork on top of the microphones again. Nearly. Come on. One of those was a self-tapper, so we're not going to put that back in. Got some scrap illegal radios in the car, which came from the same person, so we'll pinch some screws out of one of those rather than put new ones in for the other two holes. So we'll leave it at that. Smartened up the knobs a bit. I don't know what that is. Is it? It's like weld splatter. Anyway, I'm not going to do anything about it. So it's push on these. Are we disconnected? I expect we are. I've gone and connected it back to the test gear. Well, I may as well just check it worked. Wallow. Yep, it works. Right, we'll turn the test gear off. Plug it into the aerial. another cracking receiver. Take picture in picture of. One Anna Roger. Okay, so we'll do an on-the-air test with that. I really like those. Radiomobile CB202 from 1981 using the Cybernet 134 chassis. Thank you for watching.